Hi, my name's Abe, but my subscribers call me Abe. I'm so proud of what I've built up this past year. That being said, this video is kind of a 2-for-1 special because I have a huge channel announcement coming up later. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by 2026. If I don't, so make sure you stick around for that. Enjoy the video. Now, I've been consistently posting YouTube videos seriously for about a year now. I mean, that's just insane. Thank you all so much for allowing me to get here. I seriously can't thank y'all enough. What have I learned? What took me by surprise? Are you gonna remember to like and subscribe by the end of the video? Today, I'll be answering all these questions and more. The importance of separating yourself from your videos. When I turn my camera on, I'm not really showing my true personality. I'm sort of playing an exaggerated character of myself. If you get mean or negative comments, it's a lot easier to not feel personally attacked because they're not talking about you, they're talking about your character. Also, if you're just having a bad day, or your mental state is kind of lower for whatever reason, it doesn't show up as much in the videos that I'm making. If you realize that there's one thing that's working really well, you don't have to change who you are as a person, you just make some modifications to the character that you're playing. And the great thing about a character is that it can change a lot more over time than you as a person can. The importance of separating yourself from your audience. In season 3, I had a thing going on where if you subscribe to my channel and follow my Instagram, I would draw you and put you on what I called the sub wall. So guys, real quick before we start the video, we do have a sub wall right here. You can get onto it by subscribing and following my Instagram and screenshotting and sending me proof. I will draw a picture of you and I'll put you on the sub wall. It was really fun and I might bring it back in another form at some point, but I directed people to follow my personal Instagram. Most people were pretty chill about it, but it did end up leading to some of those good old-fashioned parasocial relationships. They would swipe up on every single one of my story posts, comment some crazy stuff on every single post that I would make, and even go so far as to do things like send me multiple Instagram reels every single day and even try and call me sometimes. That was kind of weird. Also, there was this constant thought always hanging over me of like anything that I would post, my fans and my friends are going to be seeing this. So making an account specifically for my content creation was probably the best decision that I've made. It just saved me a lot of unnecessary overthinking and stress. If you're thinking about creating content, it would definitely be a great idea to make an Instagram account specifically for your content creation. And if you're a casual content consumer, obviously everyone's different, but just chill out a little bit, man. Generally, it's not a great idea to become friends with your favorite content creator. The importance of color grading. I'll try and keep this one short because I'm starting to sound very like YouTube tip niche, and that is not a niche that I would necessarily want to be a part of. All of season 3 was filmed on my iPhone. I just recently ended up getting an actual camera for filming, and sure, some of the footage looks all right, but you want to see something crazy? This right here is color graded. Watch the no color grading. Pretty crazy, right? Let's go back to the way it was before. If you're a new YouTuber just starting out, the color grading can be really intimidating, but just start with some saturation and some contrast. You'll get the rest naturally from there. Hey guys, I know I just went through all that stuff about the importance of color grading and stuff, but in the next few clips, my camera was messing up and the exposure just goes really high. Out of nowhere, not sure why, it's really annoying. And I'm not visibly showing how much it is actually pissing me off. It's okay. My theory is that it was because of the clouds moving over the sun, changing the amount of light in my room, confusing the crap out of my camera. So sorry about that. It's embarrassing, honestly. I'm an embarrassment. Okay, back to the video. So what surprised me? Parasocial relationships. I know I touched on this briefly, but it was seriously so weird. Having someone that you don't know text you life updates or about petty drama that's happening literally hundreds of miles away was just so weird. But honestly, none of my experiences with things like this were really that bad, and I would be lying if I said that I didn't enable it a little bit, but hey, I was just happy to have people that liked what I was doing. And at first, yeah, I was more than happy to let you rant to me a little bit, but it did get a little bit weird after a while. And if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, oh shoot, that might have been me, did I overstep my bounds? Honestly, don't worry about it too much. It was my fault for directing hundreds of people to my personal Instagram in the first place. Content creation fixed my social anxiety. Now I say fixed, but what I mean is it really just helped me cope with it a little bit more. I used to have some days where I was very outgoing and charismatic, and then less than an hour later, I wouldn't be able to hold a conversation for for the life of me. But either way, now whenever I don't want to talk to someone, I literally do just put on my YouTube character and let him do all the work for me. Sometimes if I'm in an especially bad mood and I just don't want to talk to anybody, I'll find myself like, walk away from a social interaction, laughing and smiling, and then I'll turn around and just like instantly revert back to my normal self. Okay, yeah, man, I'll see you later. Like, that's actually kind of weird. I should maybe stop doing that. My work ethic, creativity, and commitment has improved so much. The fact that I've given myself a responsibility to create something new every single day that people want to watch has improved my work ethic and creativity in other fields outside of just YouTube. I'm taking so much more initiative at work. The way that I approach learning something new has changed entirely. And if I take on the responsibility to get something done, I make sure that I do it well and on time. I will say this is kind of a double-edged sword because I do have a tendency to overwork myself and exhaust myself a lot easier, but I think I really just need to fix my sleep schedule and then I'll be all set. I'm a very good active listener. Sure, I can yap for hours about nothing, but after sitting down in front of a camera and doing exactly that for collective hours, maybe even days at this point, I realized that I seriously just enjoy being able to let somebody else do all the talking, All I have to do is sit back and ask questions and react accordingly and enjoy listening to somebody go on and on about something that they are really passionate about. I think that's so cool. Tell me about your hyperfixation on this video game from 2003. Tell me about your dream cars and what makes these cars better than any other cars. After hearing myself talk for so long every single day, it's so nice to just see other people get excited about something that they care about. So what have I learned about myself? Well, number one, I'm different. And that's okay. All throughout my time in school, I was always given the label of like the weird kid, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. Once 9th grade hit, I tried so hard to escape the weird kid allegations, but being that I went to high school with the same people that I went to elementary school with, it was kind of a label that I was unwillingly stuck with, and eventually I just kind of accepted it. I let this affect my mental state so bad. Eventually I just came to terms with the fact that I'll never be cool or popular or whatever, and fully embraced the weird kid mentality. But once I started YouTube, I realized that you can be weird and cool at the same time. Actually, some of the coolest and chillest people that I know were also given that same weird kid label when they were younger. It's possible that this realization came from just growing up and naturally, but I think that posting consistently on YouTube and TikTok for so long helped me arrive to that conclusion sooner than it would have otherwise. Also, I love who I am. I carry so much self-love for myself now, and I'm hardly ever self-conscious about anything, where I used to be self-conscious about everything. My big nose, my style, my personality, my body, just everything. But after staring at yourself while filming and then editing for hours, you really start to develop a special, unique kind of self-love that you wouldn't really get otherwise. Or I did anyway. I know that social media can have sort of the opposite effect on some people, but I'm really happy with where my mental state is right now. I'm a very optimistic and generally positive person. If you watch my content, then you'll know that I always try and defend both sides of whatever is trending on the internet or whatever. Just watch my Minecraft video. I am unapologetically the only person in the world who is actually hopeful and optimistic about this movie coming out. I think that this really translates over to my real life as well, because I never really associated myself with any one political party, religion, or group of people. I've talked before on this channel about how I don't even really like labeling myself as a YouTuber, a content creator, just with all the negative connotation that goes into it. And honestly, I think it's okay to not have to put labels on everything because the world just isn't black and white like that. Now, having said all this, I've set a goal for myself. More of an ultimatum, actually. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by 2026. If I don't, then I'll quit YouTube. Forever. If I have to go another year without being able to monetize this channel, I'll fully accept the fact that this lifestyle isn't for me and I'll go to college and I'll get the regular 9 to 5. To make it clear, if I hit 9,999 subscribers on midnight of January 1st, 2026 and 10,000 the next day, I'm quitting. I have to hit 10,000 before 2026 and nothing less. So please, join me on the road to 10,000 so that I can live out my dream dream job. So that you can say, when I'm on the news for being the first person to hit 10 billion subscribers, you can say you were one of the first 10,000. A quick small update regarding the Patreon. It is still up. I will keep the link in the description. My uploads are just going to be much less frequent, and it's going to be sort of more of a donation type thing. My Cash App is also down in the link in case you don't feel like committing to a monthly payment. Feel free to donate. Anything is greatly appreciated. With that being said, Patreon, Instagram, TikTok, link is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day, everybody. Oh, Abe out. I forgot about that part. My fault.